Attorney CJ Saya had a realization years ago while in church where everyone was praying for immigration reform. He realized that it wasn't enough to just pray for change, but it also takes action to work towards making a difference. Inspired by this realization, CJ founded Unidos Now, an organization that brings together Latino youth to get involved in their community and champion their heritage. CJ's background as an attorney has allowed him to support the organization and its mission. Through hard work and dedication, CJ has become a proud advocate and supporter of Unidos Now and its efforts to empower Latino youth to be active members of their community. Oración con Acción. The concept of Oración con Acción was born out of CJ's belief that prayer should be accompanied by action. CJ and Unidos Now are working towards creating a brighter future for Latino youth and their communities and inspiring others to be agents of change in their own right. Attorney CJ Saya. Let's support the attorney that supports us.
I recently discovered that I wanted to be a marine biologist when Unidos Now provided us a trip to Mont Marine, and we got to dissect a squid.
Gracias a Unidos Now he aprendido a comunicarme mejor con mis hijas. A través de los programas se ha desarrollado bastante bien, le ha ayudado a ella a independizarse, ya que anteriormente ella era muy penosa.
My favorite thing to do with Unidos Now was to be in the robotics club because I like to code and also because it helps me learn what I do wrong and find how to fix it.
After I graduate high school, I'll be attending Harvard University.
Se han enfocado en orientar a los niños y orientarnos a nosotros como papás referente a las becas y referente a los pasos que hay que seguir para impulsar a nuestros hijos a que lleguen a una universidad y sean alguien en un futuro.
Unidos Now program impacting my life because I am single mom.
Thank you Unidos Now for being such an inspiration, for being such great help for me and my family.
Today, I'm a proud first-generation graduate of a four-year university right here at home in Florida. Unidos Now continues to do that same kind of life-changing work in the lives of other students. You have the power to continue doing that work by supporting Unidos Now so that all kinds of students from this community can continue to not just dream big, but also reach high. Thank you all for joining us today.
Be the one guiding the next generation of leaders.
Be the one that supports students like me to reach high.
Be the one to let girls like me dream big.
Así.
Good evening. I'm Russell Gant from Florida's classical music station, WSMR, and we're pleased to co-host this wonderful evening again this year, Noche Unidos, with the Venice Symphony and Cobre Mariachi. Now, if you like what you hear with the Venice Symphony, you can hear that type of music anytime, 24/7, right here at 89.1 FM in Sarasota or WSMR.org. So happy to be here, and thank you so much for coming out tonight.
Hey, un aplauso para Russell. Thank you, Russell. A ver, buenísimas noches. Bienvenidos, damas y caballeros. Noche Unidos, once again, uniendo esas dos culturas. Mi nombre de gobierno es Gregorio, pero me dicen DJ Moyo. Estoy en la radio de la ley 107.7 y 1550 y por supuesto mis amigos de la Z105.3, y esta noche estoy representando a uno de mis canales favoritos, MORTV y Estrella TV. Un aplauso para ellos, nuestro patrocinador de televisión. Y esta noche esto va a lo grande, uniendo dos culturas, así como su compadre mexicano y puertorriqueño nacido en Tampa, Florida. ¡Eso!
We're so happy to bring you again two cultures together in one stage to celebrate Unidos Now's impact in our community. And thank you to our leading sponsors and donors who've made today possible. Presenting sponsor, Gulf Coast Community Foundation.
¡Eso! Hoy estamos aquí para unirnos aquí todos juntos en esta cultura y queremos agradecer a nuestros principales donantes y patrocinadores que han hecho esta noche posible, como Saya Law, el abogado CJ.
Saya Law. Charles and Marjorie Baranick Foundation.
Eso.
Bank of America. Community Foundation of Sarasota County. Dream Large, who worked with us to bring this event into fruition.
Eso.
The Sarasota Performing Arts Foundation, who helped us bring 1,300 children into this very space earlier this morning.
Fue increíble. That was amazing.
And so many more key sponsors and donors who've seen on the slides prior to the show tonight, who collectively we want to recognize and thank as well.
Eso, un aplauso fuerte para mi compadre Russell. Thank you, Russell. Much appreciated. We will see you soon, my friend.
Thank you. See you
Eso,
later.
Otro aplauso. Give him another big round of applause. Damas y caballeros, con ustedes, un orgullo presentarles uno de los principales donantes y cofundador, damas y caballeros de Unidos Now, mi hermano mayor, CJ Saya.
Good evening. How are you? Hello. Welcome. We're going to have a great show tonight. Are you excited?
Oye, let me tell you, CJ, yo estuve con usted la primera vez que hicimos la primer gala de Unidos Now y algo tan fascinante de lo que tiene CJ y el lema que él usa es oración con acción. What does that mean to you?
Well, you know, we started this foundation on the idea of empowering Latino youth because there's so many children that just didn't believe in themselves. We live in a great country where all you have to do is participate. And the church was full of kids and people praying for this, that, and the other. And I thought, you know, the word for prayer in Spanish is oración. Orar con acción. Prayer with action. So if you want the results, you've got to actually do it, right? If you're a person of faith and you need the strength, ask God for you to change the world. So that's the foundation, if you will, about Unidos. It's about empowering young people to educate themselves. Because we know that you don't need to have a college degree to make money, but you need that education and college degree so you're not ignorant, so you can think, so you can know what path you need to follow, right? That's what Unidos is about. And we thank you for being here. And with the help of Kelly Kirshner, who's been an amazing chairman of our board, together we created this and made it happen. So Kelly, thank you.
Eso. Un aplauso fuerte, damas y caballeros, para mi compadre, mi hermano, CJ Saya.
Enjoy the show.
Y en este momento, quiero presentarles, let's all welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Veronica Thames to the stage.
Hey there, thank you.
Gracias, Verónica, por estar con nosotros. Thank you.
Gracias a usted, thank you.
This is amazing. Otro aplauso, otro aplauso.
I'm just going to check for a second here, make sure that my dad is not hiding amongst you to correct my Spanish.
No, tú dale.
No, bueno,
Tú
mi padre, si estuviera aquí, me estaría corrigiendo todas las palabras en español. Pero bueno, good evening y buenas noches. I'm Veronica Thames, Chief Operating Officer for Gulf Coast Community Foundation, and a proud member of the Latin community. Hey, here.
Ella.
I arrived to the United States at age 19 as a result of my father's job, and against my will, of course, at the time. And after crying a bit, I realized that wherever I was, there I was, right? And I recognized I had an opportunity that I would have never been afforded in my home country. And because of that, I have a responsibility to assimilate and to grow the culture where I am, and to establish my personal mission, which is to create opportunities for others. And what better way to do that with Gulf Coast Community Foundation's vision of thriving communities with opportunities for all, or Unidos Now's mission to elevate the quality of life of Hispanic and Latinos in this region. Buenas noches, soy Verónica Thames, soy la directora de Gulf Coast Community Foundation de operaciones y una orgullosa miembro de la comunidad latina. Llegué a los Estados Unidos a edad 19 de Buenos Aires, Argentina. ¿Hay alguien de aquí? ¿Alguien de Argentina? Ya, ok. Por el trabajo de mi padre, en ese momento contra mi voluntad, y después de llorar un poco me di cuenta de que me habían entregado una oportunidad que nunca me hubiera tocado en mi país. Y por eso mismo tenía una responsabilidad de asimilar la cultura, de mejorarla y establecer mi misión personal de crear oportunidades para otros. Y ningún mejor lugar para hacer eso, the Gulf Coast Community Foundation, en donde nuestra visión son comunidades prósperas con oportunidades para todos. Y la misión de Unidos Now, que es elevar la calidad de vida de todos los hispanos y latinos de nuestra comunidad. I had the honor of introducing Unidos now last year as the inaugural event kicked off this magical event. Tuve el honor de presentar esta noche el año pasado y me gustaría saber, show of hands, levante su mano a ver quién estuvo aquí el año pasado. Are you coming back? Wow. Look around. You see the support for this incredible community and the Unidos Now mission. Miren el soporte increíble, la ayuda de Unidos Now a través de todos ustedes. Espero que vengan el año que viene. You're back next year, right? And tonight we are making history again. Hacemos historia otra vez. Bringing two different music genres on one stage to collide and to create inclusivity and unitedness. Y esta noche hacemos otra vez historia, combinando dos géneros musicales en un escenario, creando dos culturas en una comunidad a través del arte y unidad y inclusividad. Tonight's Noche Unidos is extra special because our conductor, Ismael Sandoval, could easily have been one of Unidos Now's students. He's a first-generation Mexican-American whose parents worked multiple jobs to create the American dream for him. From immigrant to conductor, Ismael is a powerful model for the incredible people that Unidos Now serves. Y esta noche es extra especial porque el conductor, Ismael Sandoval, podría fácilmente haber sido uno de los estudiantes de Unidos Now, primera generación mexicano-americana, cuando sus padres tuvieron que trabajar múltiples trabajos para darle la oportunidad del sueño americano a él. And now, put your hands together, applause please, for Ismael Sandoval.
Hello, good evening, buenas noches a todos. My name is Ismael Sandoval, me llamo Ismael Sandoval, and like they said, I'm incredibly excited to be here. I'm just going to say a few words before we get the music started. I want to emphasize what she said. Quiero decir unas palabras sobre de mi historia, de mi familia y de mis sueños. Growing up, at some point it hit me that I wanted to be a musician. And then eventually I realized I wanted to be a conductor. Desde niño quise hacer músico y luego ya después me decidí a ser director. But on the way, throughout my journey and throughout my career, there have been several times where I've faced adversity, challenges, and even people telling me that I won't be able to do it for many reasons, because I don't have the right background, maybe I don't look a certain way, and maybe my name's just a little bit different compared to other people. En todo el camino, me encontré con varias cosas o varias personas que me habían dicho en mi carrera, ay, no lo vas a poder hacer, es que no tienes la educación, el entrenamiento de un músico clásico. Pero yo no les hice caso. I didn't pay attention to them. And I kept studying and I kept working hard and I kept meeting amazing people who wanted to support me. Les seguí luchando, estudiando y conociendo a muchísima gente que me apoyó en mi camino. And now I'm truly living my dream and I'm the happiest that I can ever be. Y ahora estoy logrando mi sueño y estoy lo más feliz que puedo estar todos los días. Gracias. Thank you. Like they mentioned earlier, my family comes from, very, very humble means and humble backgrounds. My parents didn't finish their schooling. They had started working to support their family. And eventually they moved here. And like they mentioned, I remember at one point my father was working 4 jobs and my mother was working 3 jobs. And meanwhile, supporting us in all of our dreams. And so I'm really excited. And that brings a little bit of tears to my heart. So I'll be thinking about my family all night. And as a matter of fact, I have a cousin here who's coming to support me. Thank you for being here, Susana. I appreciate you. Without further ado, I think we should get to the music. So we're going to turn it over to the Venice Symphony. Le vamos a seguir con la música. Vamos a empezar con la orquesta de Venice. They're going to tune first, and then we're going to get started with España. Vamos a seguir con la obra, la pieza España.
Eso.
Ese rebozo blanco que lleva puesto, entre bromas y risas viene luciendo. Nadie sabe las penas que va cubriendo, sin que le importe el mundo ni su maldad. Cariño mío, amar las penas, debajo de un rebozo. Tapar las penas. Dices que me estoy muriendo porque no te puedo ver. La tristeza está creciendo de almas que te vengaron vivieron sin orar. No te hagas más ilusiones, primero me has de agarrar. Que te lo siento volar. Primero me has de agarrar. ¿Dónde falta Más bonitos son como la verdolaga, no males pones tantito y crecen como una plaga, y tienes sobre la ventaja si cultivas este amor. Ya se me pasa, con un calor se acabó. Tienes otra ventaja si cultivas este amor. Con un calor se
Estando al calle mío y me siento suficiente a cantar por ti. Al orgullo de Jalisco, nombrado mi padrino, no tiene cosa y nada porque ya me tiene a mí.
Luego siempre viviré, y si algunas veces fallo, me desquito en algún. Traigo siempre a flor de boca la tonada que más quiero para ver a quién le toca y para echarle a su salud.
Por todito el cuerpo entero, al gritar viva Jalisco, con el alma y corazón. Qué bonito es llegar a un merendero y beber en un carrito un tequila con limón.
Sangre brava y colorada, retadora como filo de puñales, la sangre de mi raza, soñadora y cancionera, sangre brava y peleonera, valentona y pendenciera como Eso, buenas noches. Good evening, everybody. Eso fue el saludo musical de sus amigos del Mariachi Cobre. And well, first and foremost, I want a big, big round of applause for the Venice Symphony Orchestra.
Paisano de Jalisco. And of course, I'm going to say real quick thank you. Voy a hablar un poquito en español y en inglés, un poquito de Spanglish, ¿no? Está bien, aquí tenemos de los dos, yo creo, ¿no? Primeramente, quiero darle las gracias a Kelly Kirshner, Unidos Now, CJ, Saya, todos los patrocinadores, Gulf Coast Community Foundation. A big round of applause for all the sponsors that made this possible today. And of course, you that attended today, thank you so much. And again, you're going to hear a little bit of everything, right? Un poquito de todo, un poquito de música tradicional mexicana, rancheras, boleros, música romántica, música para gritar. They have tequila in the bar, right? ¿Tienen tequila en el bar? Ok, entonces en el break es para que vengan un poquito más alegres, ¿verdad? Y empezamos con un bonito popurrí, canciones guapangos del gran maestro Rubén Fuentes. That was guapangos de Rubén Fuentes. You just heard a song that was made famous by the great Jorge Negrete. That was Tequila con Limón. Y esta canción también fue hecha famosa por el gran Jorge Negrete. ¿Fiesta? No, not yet. This next song was written by a great Roberto Cantoral. Sí, bonita canción, a beautiful song. And this is going to be in the voice of Miguel. And then joining him is Héctor Gama y Esteban. Y si tienen un enamorado, agárrenle la mano, ¿eh? Eso es La Barca.
Que la distancia es el olvido, pero yo no consigo esa razón, porque seguiré siendo el cautivo de los caprichos de tu corazón. Supiste esclarecer mis pensamientos, me diste la verdad que yo soñé, ahuyentaste de mí los sufrimientos en la primera noche que te hablé. Hoy mi playa se viste de amargura, porque tu barca tiene que partir a cruzar otros mares de locura. Vida que no naufrague en tu vivir, cuando la luz del sol se esté apagada y me sientas cansada de vagar, piensa que yo por ti estaré esperando hasta que tú decidas regresar. Me diste la verdad que yo soñé, ahuyentaste de mí los sufrimientos en la primera noche que te hablé. Hoy mi playa se viste de amargura, porque tu barca tiene que partir a cruzar otros mares de locura. Vida que no naufrague en tu vivir, cuando la luz del sol esté apagada y me sientas cansada de vagar, piensa que yo por ti
estaré esperando hasta que tú decidas
Beautiful, La Barca, algo de Roberto Cantoral. All right, and I know we have, well, that tell you what, one of the beautiful things about not just the area we live in, but the beautiful country we live in is that we have, it's a melting pot of different cultures, right? Y tenemos cultura de todo el mundo. Tenemos, claro, gente de México aquí, ¿no? Gente de Mexicana. Claro que sí, gente de Puerto Rico, de Venezuela, de Cuba, Panamá, Guatemala, de todos los lugares, ¿verdad? Y tenemos gente de todos los lugares. Y en México también, perdón. De Guadalajara, Jalisco, claro que sí. Tenemos gente, ahorita le dedicamos algo a los de Jalisco, ¿verdad? Tenemos gente de Michoacán por aquí también. Sí, eso. Bueno, vamos a seguir con un bonito popurrí. Esas son canciones del bonito estado de Michoacán, para ustedes, lindo Michoacán y Juan Colorado.
Lindo Michoacán, no te puedo nunca olvidar. Es tu cafetal, dulce nido que guarda por siempre un amor. Tienes el color como el cielo primaveral. Eres Michoacán, florida tierra ideal de amor. Ay, qué bonito es Michoacán, rincón florido de amores que da la tierra caliente. Ay, 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 las jícaras de mi tierra. Ay, 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 sus campos de esmeralda. Ay, 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 la línea azul de la sierra, de las canciones de mi tierra que en el mundo no tienen rival. ¡Ay, Michoacán rico! ¡Eso me gusta! Colorado me llamo y soy señores de Michoacán. Y hasta los valedores al mirar que mustio se va. Aquí a saludar. Quien que me busca me encuentra por el rumbo de Apatzingán. Que viva mi tierra, Michoacán, y de me echarán la página. Que Juan Colorado ya se va, montado en su propio el huracán. Que viva mi tierra, Michoacán, y de me echarán la página. Que Juan Colorado ya se va, montado en su propio el huracán.
Para todos nuestros hermanos de Michoacán. All right, this next song is a beautiful piece of music. This was written by Maria Greber, a composer that wrote many beautiful songs. Matter of fact, she wrote a beautiful song that was translated in English as What a Difference a Day Makes, right? Cuando vuelva a tu lado, that was a beautiful hit, a wonderful hit for her. And this other song was recorded by many, many artists. Esta canción la grabó de todos, de Julio Iglesias, everybody recorded the song. And we have an arrangement, and we're going to hear it in the beautiful voice of our director, Esteban Carrillo, the very beautiful Júrame.
Todos dicen que es mentira que te quiero, porque nunca me habían visto enamorado. Yo te juro que yo mismo no comprendo el por qué tu mirar me ha fascinado. Cuando estoy cerca de ti y estás contenta, yo quisiera que de nadie te acordaras. Tengo celos hasta del pensamiento que pueda recordarte a otra persona más. Júrame que aunque pase mucho tiempo, no olvidarás el momento en que yo te conocí. Mírame, pues no hay nada más profundo ni más grande en este mundo que el cariño que te di. Y así sabrás la amargura que estoy sufriendo por ti. Así sabrás la amargura que estoy sufriendo por ti.
Amor.
Nos deja, nos vamos a querer toda la vida. ¿Se la sabe? Si nos deja, nos vamos a vivir a un mundo nuevo. Yo creo podemos ver el nuevo amanecer de un nuevo día. Yo pienso que tú y yo podemos ser felices todavía. Si nos deja, buscamos un rincón cerca del cielo. Si nos deja, haremos con las nubes terciopelo. Y ahí, juntitos los dos, cerquita de Dios, será lo que soñamos. Si nos deja, te llevo de la mano, corazón, y ahí nos vamos. Ay, amor. Si nos deja, buscamos un rincón cerca del cielo. Si nos deja, haremos con las nubes terciopelo. Y ahí, juntitos los dos, cerquita de Dios, será lo que soñamos. Si nos deja, te llevo de la mano, corazón, y ahí nos vamos. Si nos dejan, de todo lo demás nos olvidamos. Si nos dejan.
Gracias. We played first La Viquina, of course, beautiful song, and of course, Si Nos Dejan, de José Alfredo Jiménez para ustedes. We're going to play one more piece for this half, before intermission, and it's a wonderful medley, un bonito popurrí. Estas son canciones del estado de Jalisco. Tenemos gente de Jalisco here, right? It's a beautiful state, acá arriba las chivas, beautiful state from Jalisco, of course, Jalisco. Jalisco is, of course, the birthplace. Now, I'll say a quick story. We were in Chattanooga, right, about a month ago, and we had the honor and privilege of being under the baton of Maestro. How about another round of applause for our wonderful Ismael? Maestro Ismael. He was with us, like I said, a couple of weeks ago, and then we're here today. And now it's by law that the third time you're with us, you're going to get fitted for a suit, okay? So, la tercera la vencida, so we'll put you in touch with our tailor, and you're going to get one of those fancy suits for next time that you're with us. You look great in a tux, but maybe one of these shiny ones for our collaboration next time. All right, and again, esas son canciones de Jalisco, and Maestro Ismael is from Jalisco. I think we might have mentioned it earlier, es jalisciense también. Un bonito popurrí, canciones de Jalisco.
muchacha bonita, la perla más rara de todo Jalisco es mi Guadalajara. Y me gusta escuchar los mariachis cantar con el alma sus lindas canciones. Oír cómo suenan esos guitarrones y echarme un tequila con los valentones. Al viento, porque vuelan mis cantares. Digo lo que yo siento por toditos los lugares. A través de la montaña, volvería de las flores. Aquí hay una rosa huraña que es la flor de mis amores. Chavala, son tus canoas como un cortejo de fantasía. Pueden hablarse de tú con Dios. Esa tierra de Mariachi vengo aquí con mi cantar. Hoy camino a Aguascalientes a la feria de San Marcos a ver lo que puedo hallar. Nace mariachi de cantar los sones. Los cantar, de tequila su mezcal y los machos de cañero pasados por el flores, por eso traen más dolores. Provinciana, verdes allí, de rosas de plata. A perpetuar la fresca del río, son mis palomas, su cacería. Guadalajara, Guadalajara, la mesa pura, tierra mojada. Ay, 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 ay,
Buenas noches, señores y señoras, ¿cómo están? Bueno, con más energía, ¿cómo están ustedes? Ahora sí, ahora sí. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. Thank you all for being with us today. As many of you know, this concert is dedicated to who I call a dear friend of mine, a dear mentor figure, Mr. Hector Tejeda. And I just wanted to give a brief story about myself and, of course, about him and how I joined the program. If you told me 10 years ago that I was going to be on this stage with a professional orchestra, con una orquesta profesional, yo nunca lo pensaría. I never would have thought that. When I was in high school, I just didn't have confidence in myself. I didn't have any faith in my own abilities. I worked hard, but I still basically just strove for the bare minimum and just, I'm the son of two immigrants. My mother is from El Salvador, my dad's from Cuba. Where are y'all? I think I see y'all over there. Yeah. And you know, I'm very proud of that. Soy muy orgulloso de eso, pero you know, it came with some challenges. Of course, they gave up their education just for us to have a better future. And because of that, I didn't have much knowledge in college and that process, and just not much hope for myself with going out of state. My plan was simple, just to take dual enrollment classes and to stay in state. And it was an effective plan, but I felt like it was my only option. I really wanted to go to an out-of-state school, go to a music conservatory, but affordability was out of the question. It wasn't until my sophomore year of high school that Mr. Hector Tejeda introduced me to the program. He had such a radiant smile when I met him for the first time. And you know, I'll never forget that first meeting. We looked at my report card together, and I was so proud of it. Just showing him straight as it's just like, oh yeah, he's gonna be impressed. But he kind of told me something that I wasn't expecting. He said, "These grades come easy to you, don't they? I don't think you're challenging yourself." And that one phrase, that one phrase just really meant a lot to me, because it showed me that he saw potential in me that I didn't see in myself. And he taught me so much about how, with enough hard work and determination, the dreams that I thought were impossible were actually attainable. So I went on, enrolled in Unidos now. I'm a graduate of the Future Leaders Academy. Probably should have started off with that. And yeah, and then I went on to enroll in such a rigorous program, the International Baccalaureate program at my school, and then eventually got into Oberlin Conservatory, which is where I study now, with a full ride. And really, that was all possible thanks to Unidos Now, and thanks to Hector Tejeda. And he left with me legacy and guidance that I will forever cherish. And as I enter my last year at Oberlin, I will forever remember that. My thoughts go out to his family, to his loved ones, and just thank you all for being here in support of Unidos Now. Hope you enjoyed the rest of the performance, and as Hector Tejeda has shown us, may we continue to encourage each other to dream big. Un placer. Gracias.
Thank you, Jonathan. Good evening, everyone. My name is Andrea Aguirre, Unidos Now Future Leaders Academy 2018. Like my partner here, Jonathan. So going into my junior year of high school, I'm also a daughter of two immigrants from Venezuela and Mexico. I had no idea how to pay for college, what FAFSA was, how easily accessible scholarships were, or how to even begin the college process. My parents, although trying their best, they were also limited in their knowledge, and Unidos Now helped me tremendously in the following steps. Buenas noches, mi nombre es Andrea Aguirre, soy alumna de Unidos Now, clase de 2018. Como mi alumno aquí, no tuve ni idea cómo empezar el proceso de las aplicaciones de la universidad. Unidos Now me ayudó mucho porque mis padres como inmigrantes de Venezuela y México también estaban muy limitados en su conocimiento del proceso. Today, I'm a proud graduate of the Florida State University. Go Knowles. With a bachelor's degree in exercise physiology with honors distinction and paid in full. Thank you. I continue pursuing my dreams of becoming a doctor while working locally at the Center for Skin Wellness in Lakewood Ranch as a medical assistant. And Unidos now has a huge part to play in all of my accomplishments thus far. Thank you. Hoy soy graduada de la Universidad de Florida State University con mi certificado en fisiología de ejercicio y trabajo ahorita siguiendo mi sueño de ser doctora en una oficina médica en Lakewood Ranch. Y Unidos Now seguro tiene mucho que ver con todas mis metas que he cumplido hasta ahorita. The door of opportunity of Unidos Now was brought to me, presented to me by the brightest smile and the sweetest soul, Hector Tejeda, who we celebrate tonight. He showed me everything that is Unidos Now. I had no idea it existed. He, like me and Jonathan, pushed many students to shoot for the stars in whatever their dreams are and never underestimate themselves, and that's something that I continue to pursue till this day in his honor. He, along with the team that is Unidos Now, have shaped many students to become outstanding young adults, engaged members of their communities, and exemplary role models for succeeding classes. And I am very sure that Unidos Now is very deserving of all the acknowledgement they've received up to now, and I know will continue receiving. En español, Unidos Now me lo presentó Héctor Tejeda. Él fue el que me enseñó todas las metas de Unidos Now, me enseñó la misión y él nunca pidió nada de nosotros que no sea que fuéramos excelentes. Él siempre me quiso que sea la mejor versión de mí misma y eso es algo que sigo siguiendo en sus pasos. Thank you to everyone that came tonight and in support of this event and celebrating Hector Tejeda and his legacy. As always, it's an honor to represent Unidos Now. Como siempre, es un honor representar Unidos Now y conmemorar a Héctor Tejeda. Y muchas gracias.
I want to show you that it's not impossible. Many of our kids have done it. There are many examples. We've had kids that got into Princeton, Yale, UPenn, Claremont, McKenna. And the next level selectivity, we've had kids get into Johns Hopkins, Cornell, Amherst, Southern California, Barnard, WashU, Middlebury, Haverford, Emory, NYU. You can see our kids have gotten into some amazing schools over the years. And so there's lots of great schools, and many of these are amazing stories, and I'm really confident that we have many more stories from this year's class.
Good evening.
My name's Kelly Kirshner, along with CJ Saya and Luis Eduardo Baron. I have the humbling honor of being one of the co-founders of Unidos now 13 years ago, and am currently the board chair. And so I stand with you in spirit in this cycle of life tonight with Luz Corcuera on my right and Cynthia Ellenstar on my left. That Cynthia is in Argentina right now with her father who's in hospice and about to pass away, and Luz Corcuera, who's celebrating her grandson's birthday in Luxembourg. And so I'm here on behalf of them celebrating the life of an amazing individual, and really tonight the power of one, that all of you, we have nearly 1,700 people here this evening. So we're celebrating the power of one in Hector Tejeda. To have, I don't know if all of you saw it, but Jonathan Brusson, who's now played not once, but twice in Carnegie Hall in Manhattan in New York. He's our first Unidos Now Riverview High School scholar that's done that, but he walked from the back. This was supposed to be a 72-piece orchestra, it's a 73-piece orchestra tonight, and Jonathan's playing all night long. And it was the power of one, of Hector Tejeda, that I think was a catalyst that places Jonathan and Andrea on our stage tonight. And so we have an amazing opportunity. We have a 20-minute intermission. We have a $50,000 anonymous gift, and we have 20 minutes to match that gift that they will match dollar for dollar up to $50,000 to allow us to get to $100,000. And so I want to recognize Hector's family that's joined us here tonight, his mother Estela, his father Juan, his widow Diane, his sons Eric Miguel, and then his daughter Jacqueline, who are right here. Thank you all for joining us. Our apologies to those folks in the spot. That's not them. But I think Hector's laughing in heaven because Hector hated the spotlight. So Hector, good job. Tonight, you've got 85 people playing harmoniously. Like, think about that. You have 85 people up here, 12 mariachis, 73 members of an orchestra that they met for the first time last night and did a rehearsal. We had a school time concert, and you're hearing that. And so we're doing this because it's a metaphor in many ways in troubled times, about bringing people together that normally aren't together, bringing genres together and showing the harmony. I've been getting a couple text messages from people who weren't here last year about how they're crying. If Hector were here, he'd be crying. That's a metaphor for what we do, though, as an organization in integrating this immigrant community and really setting these young people up to realize their dreams. We only do that with your support. And so we would ask you, look for these hearts in the hallways during intermission. Look for our families who are volunteering, our fellow students who are in the programs like Jonathan. We can take credit cards. We can take the envelopes that are in your bag. We'll take cash. If you do put it under a credit card or you put it in an envelope, we will be putting you in a drawing for an all-expense round-trip ticket anywhere Southwest Airlines goes, and there's 2 of those. And for the ones that don't win, we have a number of autographed books by Mariachi Cobre. So you have 20 minutes. Please help us raise $100,000 para la raza y los compañeros que no entendían lo que yo decía. Yo creo que ustedes tienen más sed en vez de escuchar mi español, que es muy chueco y no es tan bueno como estos. Lo más importante y lo más sencillo es que tienen que dar el billete durante el transcurso del tiempo medio. Así que, por favor, aproveche, tenemos 50,000 de un donante y dice, si nosotros llegamos a 50,000, ellos van a poner 50,000 para que llegamos a $100,000 esa noche. Así que, por favor, thank you very much. We'll see you back here in 20 minutes. Thank you all.
And now we get back to the fusion of cultures, the fusion of musics, the things that we aren't expecting but are so beautiful when you put them together. Without further ado, can you give a big warm round of applause to the Mariachi Cobre, please, folks?
Yeah.
Si tu boquita me pide el sol, la luna y el viento, aunque parezca imposible, ya verás cómo lo intento. Ni contigo ni sin ti, ni el himno ni el remedio, contigo porque me matas y sin ti porque me muero. Sabrás que el amor no espera, me tienes que confesar. El que espera desespera, ya no me hagas esperar. Sabrás que el amor no espera, me tienes que contestar. El que espera desespera, ya no me hagas esperar. Amor, ven a darme amor, no me des tormento, que te llevo dentro, ay, de mi corazón. Amor, ven a darme amor, ven aquí a mi lado, que estoy enamorado, ay, muere de pasión, porque siento un fuego que me quiere ahogar, siento que me muero, no puedo esperar. Óyeme voz que te implora y te ruega con perdón. Déjame la calentura y a calmar tu sed de amor. Amor, ven a darme amor, no me des tormento, que te llevo dentro. De mi
Gracias, amigos. That was another medley of beautiful guapangos written by Rubén Fuentes, the same composer that wrote La Viquina, and the first piece we opened with this today. Now, this next song is a wonderful, another beautiful medley. Esta canción, bueno, el próximo popurrí son puras canciones del trío Los Tres Haces. As we know, trio music is another beautiful genre that is very popular, not just in Mexico, but all over Latin America, right? Toda Latinoamérica le gusta la música de trío. It's usually played, the instrumentation is 3 voices, 3 guitars, and of course it's usually romantic music, right? Así que si tienes un enamorado, if you have your loved one, again, agárralo de la mano y enamórese otra vez. You can fall in love again with this beautiful medley, un homenaje al trío Los Tres Haces.
Hoy que te has ido tan lejos de mí, comprendo lo mucho que sufro por ti. Que yo sin tu amor no puedo vivir, por eso te pido que vuelvas a mí. Cerca de mí, hizo fácil borrar de mi memoria a esa mujer a quien yo amaba tanto. Se me hizo fácil arrancar de mí ese llanto. Ahora la quiero cada día más y más. La abandoné porque me fue preciso que abandonar la mujer que a mí me ofenda. Voy a buscar un amor que me comprenda. La otra la olvido cada día más y más.
Gracias. Continuamos con algo tradicional. This next song is another hit of the great Jorge Negrete. Esto es Fiesta Mexicana. El mariachi entusiasmado danza con él sin parar. El palenque se rebosa con la sangre de un tapao y una china coquetona busca amores alcanzar. En la calle un niño que va a comprar colorado, sin calle mucha miel, siempre con el codo bien ganado. Danza cuentas y flores que aprovechen la ocasión. Los buenos ganadores también corrón por ¡ay! Es la fiesta de la tierra mía, que se alegra con canciones del mariachi retoso. Esa linda que se alumbra con la clara luz del día, desbordante de entusiasmo, de calor y de emoción.
Ahora sí continuamos. This next piece of music is written by Agustín Lara. Agustín Lara was another very prolific composer in Mexican music. El gran Agustín Lara de Veracruz. This is a song that he wrote as an homage to a beautiful section, a beautiful area of Spain. This is his wonderful Granada.
Agustín Lara. All right. We're going to play a song that it wasn't in the program. We weren't planning to play it today. Pero se la vamos a dedicar a una persona muy especial que estuvo aquí el año pasado, Padre Celestino. I'm looking at you. Padre, párese por favor. Un aplauso para el Padre Celestino con mucho cariño y mucho cariño para él. He was here last year and he heard this song and he told CJ Saya that you met earlier. Y CJ dijo, vale más que vengan porque si no nos va a bendecir. Padre, mira, le vamos a tocar esta canción. Muy amable, gracias Padre. Pero necesitamos, okay, we're going to play it on the one condition. Nos tienes que dar unas bendiciones. Somos músicos, así que necesitamos muchas bendiciones. I'm just saying, we're going to need a lot of prayer and a lot of bendiciones. Oh, he needs a sombrero, okay. Bueno, entonces para el Padre Celestino y para todos ustedes, a ver, que se oiga el grito. Eso, Padre. Dice, sigo siendo.
Y así te me vas a quedar. Escuche conmigo. No tengo trono ni reina, ni nadie que me comprenda, pero sigo siendo el rey. Me enseñó que mi destino era rodar y rodar. Rodar y rodar, rodar y rodar. Después me dijo un arriero que no hay que llegar primero, pero hay que saber llegar. Todos con dinero.
Eso es. Claro que sí, con mucho cariño y mucho afecto, Padre, y para todos ustedes también. Continuamos, we're going to play another solo piece for you. This is another beautiful guapango. It's written again by Rubén Fuentes. You see a theme here. He's a wonderful composer. Now this song has beautiful music, beautiful lyrics. This is actually taken by a poem by Spanish poet Manuel Benítez Carrasco, the very beautiful El Mercader.
Comprarse bosques y ríos para cambiarlos por aves.
That was El Mercader. I would like to take this moment to thank Mr. Kelly Kirshner, Señor Mr. Cristobal Saya, Unidos Now Gulf Coast Community Foundation, and Kelly, I didn't tell you, but I already put us on the books for next year. So we're going to play one more song. This song, we'd like to thank Maestro Sandoval, the Venice Symphony Orchestra. It was a pleasure working with all of you. We had a great time. In the beautiful voice of Omar Olivas, this is entitled El Viajero. Muchísimas gracias y buenas noches.
Casitas con horcones de adobe blanqueada, la Virgen del Cerrito que alivia nuestros males, todas sus bendiciones, milagros y bondades, con pelos mexicanos le brindan su canto y todos la visitan el día de su santo. Dice, México, México. Emplumadas en recio nopal, escudo mexicano, valor nacional, piletas como espejos y tibias sus lagunas, se peinan con el viento, de encaje las espumas, de piedras molcajetes, volcanes nevados, ecopolistas igual, amantes postrados, me quedo en este suelo tan lindo y tan sereno, porque he encontrado cantos, caricias y consuelos, por tantas cosas bellas me quedo en tu seno, gozando tus pregones, me canta el viajero. México, México, te llevo en el corazón.
¿Quieren otra?
Eso, maestro.
All right. Was that incredible? Absolutely great. And what a great news to hear that they're going to be back next year. Before we close up, I did want to point out and acknowledge one of our sponsors because I mispronounced their name at the beginning of the show. So thanks to the Barancic Foundation for your support tonight, and I apologize. And most of all, thank you for your support of Unidos Now. If you didn't get a chance to donate, you can still do so throughout the weekend. And thank you for your support of Florida's classical music station, WSMR.
Eso, gracias, Russell. Damas y caballeros, aún todavía tenemos tiempo. Un aplauso fuerte para la Sinfónica de Venice y el Mariachi Cobre. Todavía hay tiempo. Simplemente Vayan y donen y pasen la palabra. Let everyone know. Everyone, family members can also donate tonight. Tell them how great it was. We will see you next year with a brand new show. Que Diosito los cuide. God bless you guys and good night. Eso!